Today on Play to Win, Super Bowl 53 is set as the Rams and the Patriots will battle it out for the Barty Trophy in Atlanta. And our guys weigh in on the matchup, the minds between Sean McVay and Bill Belichick. And we will discuss a certain non-call from last week, which has stirred a bit of controversy. That and more, the fastest 30 minutes in television on football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Georgia Drives Chevy dealers. Find new roads, the Georgia Lottery, and McDonald's.
Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey "The Edge" Schechter, player medical and injury reports with Dr. Sadiq El Amin, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's hometown team report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
Good morning and welcome into football's Play to Win. Ben Ingram filling in for Nikki Williams. Happy to be with some of my best friends here to talk about Super Bowl 53. That's these guys.
That's us.
The whole crew's here, man. Chuck Smith, Terrence Mathis, Bob Whitfield, Jeffrey Schechter. And guys, we have Super Bowl 53 a week and a day from today. So this is a great event for Atlanta, a great event for Georgia and the Southeast altogether, and two good teams coming in, Chuck, the Rams and the Patriots coming in. Pretty excited for next weekend.
Yeah, really excited about next weekend. But, you know, from a standpoint of we kind of know what it's like. This week, you know, everybody right now is excited. But let me tell you one of the things, Ben, that happens when you're these two teams. Everything starts coming fast. You start getting merchandising deals. You start getting advertising. You know what I'm saying? You get marketing. I mean, shoot, everybody's coming at you, man. And it's just, you know, it's fast. It's just really fast. Everything comes real fast.
Well, and you guys know what it's like to play at a Super Bowl. Therefore, you know what it's like in the weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. And I would imagine, Terrence, at some point, you get so discombobulated with everything going on that it's, oh yeah, there's a game to be played.
Yeah, that's true. But for us, it was one of those things that the demographics make the difference for us because we were playing in Miami, so our fans got a chance to come down and enjoy the festivities with us. And yes, you get very, very discombobulated during that time. Ticket requests, family in town, friends. Now everybody wants to be your friend.
You just got crushed, I'm sure, those weeks leading up to it.
Oh, yeah. The Super Bowl is, I mean, it's the busiest time of football, but what it is like you get to share it with your whole family. So it's something that you get to share with grandma, and kids, aunties. So from a player, you're trying to get all of that in, do media and do all this stuff, and play a football game. So it can be taxing if you're inexperienced.
Well, these guys are experts on that. They know exactly what it's like leading up to the game. But once the game gets here, Jeffrey, Rams, Patriots, what are your initial thoughts on this matchup?
Great matchup. The last four teams were the best four teams. Whatever two wound up would be a good game. This is a great matchup.
Yeah, really good matchup. And we get to another year, and Terrence, it's another year where it's the Patriots. It's Brady and Belichick. And I think that those two are pretty much linked forever with what they've been able to accomplish for almost 20 years now.
Well, love them or hate them, they're champions, and they get it done. And whatever Tom and Bill is go through during the offseason, and they love-hate relationship, they find a way to get over it and win football games and championships.
And they win at a high rate. You know the thing that's real funny about that? They're not only linked together, they're linked to the NFL. So from now on, right until someone ever gets close to it, all you're going to hear about the NFL is defined by the relationship by the two greatest, one of the greatest player and the greatest coach of all time. Think about that. It's not just a Patriot thing. It's an NFL thing. Brady's going to be the face of the NFL, the brand, forever.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be the Jerry West, like the NBA, of the National Football League.
The logo.
The logo. He's the logo.
Yeah.
The GOAT logo.
He is. And before we jump to what happened in the NFC Championship game last week, we'll do that in our next segment. Bob, any issues with what you saw towards the end of that Patriots-Chiefs game? I know a lot of people complaining about a coin toss deciding the game.
Well, that's just the nature of football. Because it used to be worse how that overtime period went. So now you have a coin toss, but both teams has a chance to touch the ball. So I think the new overtime rules are good, but it shouldn't come down to overtime. You want to beat them in the regulation time, and I think both teams had opportunity, and the Patriots just pulled it out on them.
After the break, we continue to look at next week's Super Bowl matchup, and we'll talk the non-call heard around the world and discuss if the Saints have a reason to be so upset. That and more next.
Fuel your football. Come to Mellow Mushroom for craft brews, fresh cocktails, and stone-baked pizzas. or mellow at your own home gate. Tailgating? No matter who wins, it's always mellow for the win. Fuel your football with Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers.
This is our safe deposit room, our most secure area.
Good. And the lasers?
Lasers?
For when someone lowers from the air vents? Are they on now? Anything down there? Echo, echo.
Your things will be very safe here.
Okay then. Let's put this in one of the boxes way up high.
This is $5.
When I play the Power 5 Scratcher, could be 500,000. Do you need a picture of my eyeball?
I'm good.
Okay.
Win up to $500,000 with the Power 5 Scratcher from the Georgia Lottery.
The smartest time to buy a new Nissan is now. Save big on 14 models during Nissan's Zero In on Savings event. Get zero down payment, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0% financing for up to 60 months on Nissan's latest tech, like Pro Pilot Assist. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. It's a new year and a new way to save.
Get 0 down payment, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
This event ends soon.
With McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, you can find a little joy every day. Like the delicious McDouble, just $1 for a limited time. Can you say mmm and mmm? The $1, $2, $3 menu at McDonald's.
Today's NFL Road to the Super Bowl is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Find new roads.
Back on Football's Play to Win, we're getting ready for Super Bowl 53. We've been talking a lot about what happened in the AFC last week, but all the talk this week has been about what happened, or maybe what did not happen, in the NFC Championship game last week. And if you want opinions, we got them all over the place. Jeffrey, I know you want to talk about this. You've been eager to talk about what happened last week.
It was everything but a mugging. They missed it. But what nobody talks about is when the Rams had their possession right before that, they missed a face mask call, which the Rams would have the ball on the 1 yard line with 4 shots to get it in. They get in, it's a 4-point lead with virtually no time left. So it was bad officiating, both ways.
Right. And what were your initial thoughts the second you saw that play?
Well, I thought it was a pass interference, but I think one of the things that you look at is that the NFL still has work to do. In this age of technology, I kind of agree a little bit with a lot of people saying around the country, maybe you should add instant replay to go back and see, especially inside of, say, 2 minutes, or give another, say, timeout where you can challenge a play like that, which is, hard, but I believe that something has to be done that was tough.
Bob, you feel like the anger from Saints fans is warranted?
They can be mad, but Atlanta fans are very, very happy. They did not want a Saints Super Bowl, so the Atlanta fans are thanking the referees, because if that was the reason why the Saints didn't make it, good. Good for the rules in the NFL. No replay on pass interference.
Wham, wham, wham.
Yeah, little baby.
Wham, wham. Yeah, a lot of trolling going on there. I even had to throw, I don't never put nothing on social media, all pass rush, all football. I did have to put a little teardrop, hashtag Saints, I'm glad they're not here, but, bad call by the referees.
Yeah, I believe so. It's been nothing but glee from Falcon fan ever since that call was not made. So eliminate the teams. Let's forget about the Falcon-Saints rivalry. Just say that you saw that play happen, say between the Bears and the Chargers. Would you, if you eliminate your emotion from it, would you say that's a rule, Terrence, that should probably be looked at? Should they be able to review a potential pass interference call or not?
Well, it's a judgment call, and I think they won't rule against, instant replay on that because it's a judgment call. But at the end of the day, when the referee says we missed it, that's not good enough, because you have 3 guys that have eyes on it, and one is in the back and one is in the front. And for both of them to miss that call and not come together and say, hey, it was just blatant. I don't know what they were doing.
Just hire better officials. I mean, that's all there is to it. We don't need any more replay.
The only judgment it was, Ben, is the judge said guilty. It was a pass interference, guilty, mistake by the NFL. Now there are signs all around New Orleans and Atlanta that Saints fans are putting up that NFL made a mistake.
And the NFL has admitted as such. Jeffrey, you brought up a really good point before we went on today, and you're talking about the Tuck rule. Back with Brady. This is where it all started.
Right.
Do you feel like this ruling, or non-ruling, I should say, with the non-pass interference call, could end up living in infamy the same way that call has for so many years?
Yeah, it will. In poor New Orleans, they ended their season 2 years in a row with tough losses last year to play against Minnesota. But it'll live in infamy. But there was also an oversight when the Rams had the ball before.
Right.
Them. So
historic moment all the way around.
it's part of the game.
In that ball game. All right, so I want to transition to the matchup that we're going to have on the sidelines because you have Bill Belichick, who's done this so many times. This will be his 9th trip to the Super Bowl as the coach of the Patriots alone. He's had other Super Bowls when he was the DC of the Giants. Then you have Sean McVay. And it seems like anyone who's had any connection to Sean McVay has been up for a coaching position. In other words, the NFL front offices are looking at finding guys who have a rapport with him and trying to go that way. So, Bob, when you see kind of old school versus new school, are you excited about this coaching matchup between Belichick and McVay?
I think it is old school versus new school, and it's a new way, a new foundation for the NFL. These are the attractive, young, macho coaches on the sideline that can run with the players. You know what I'm saying?
Macho.
He got the beard at least. But I think McVay probably been in the NFL, throughout his life. Probably 80% of his time on earth has been dealing with football. So from a football standpoint, McVay is very knowledgeable. Bill Belichick has had the experience to win these championships, but from a mindset, I think McVay is really want to challenge Bill Belichick's. It's like a game of chess. This is Bobby Fischer. These guys are challenging for a world championship, so
right.
I think his mind is going to be right to deal with them.
He's coming back home. He's a Marist guy.
But don't forget. I'm sorry.
Time now for our football showdown of the week.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery.
All right, so the football game, of course, here in Atlanta, Super Bowl is here. Who's going to the game? You guys actually going to the Super Bowl? Anybody going?
No. No. I've been to 2. I've been to 2.
Stacks, right?
I've been to my rookie year. I went to see one and I played in one. It's no fun if you're not playing in it.
Big Money Bob gonna get 4 seats in the front row.
Yeah, from where my couch.
I got a front row seat at home.
Yeah, exactly. Jeffrey, I want to ask you this. Are you a little bit surprised we've never seen a host city have their own team there in the Super Bowl?
It's just one of those things, It doesn't work out that way.
All right, so once again, we'll see the Rams and the Patriots in Super Bowl 53. Our UGA report is up next. It's time to talk to Dogs as UGA gets ready for the final signing day of this class, what they need to do in order to fill in some of the gaps that they have. We'll break it down next.
Some of you are Honda owners and some of you are Toyota owners, right?
Yep.
Would you be surprised to hear that Honda is the most reliable car company?
Honda's reliable.
Well, it's actually not Honda.
Toyota.
It's not Toyota either.
Chevy.
Based on a nationwide survey, Chevy is more reliable than Toyota and Honda.
Wow.
Get $4,500 total cash allowance on select Equinox vehicles in stock when you finance with GM Financial. That's 16% below MSRP on this Chevy Equinox.
Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Tonight, come get your Longhorn favorites. The Outlaw Ribeye, the Parmesan-crusted chicken, the Longhorn salmon. The feeling, the flavor, the place. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
This is it. Hi, Sleepyhead.
Man on campus, just dropping by for a little weekend hang time.
Smaller than I thought.
Do I know you guys?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know the people who sent you to college?
How's the GPA? 4.0.
Nobody's perfect. Janet, what are you doing?
Sorry, it's so disorganized.
He's not 3 years old anymore.
Play the Georgia Lottery and help students go to college on the Hope Scholarship. They may not be your kids, but it kind of feels that way.
I know, I love cooking.
Hey, guys. I'm going to Dave's to play video games.
Hang on.
Yeah, we talked about this. We don't want you over there.
Their internet, it's cable.
When they could get internet with AT&T and they don't?
We just want what's best for you.
Don't get mixed up with cable internet. AT&T Internet is rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable. Switch to AT&T Internet and DirecTV. Save when you bundle for $75 per month for 12 months. Limited availability. May not be in your area. More for your thing. That's our thing. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT.
We understand the anxiety that comes with picking a 2-for-5 mix and match order. Also, we kind of don't understand. There's literally no way to mess this up.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Today's University of Georgia report is being brought to you by This Is It Barbecue and Seafood.
Back on Football's Play to Win, and we have a special guest with us here for this segment. Butch Anthony of This Is It Barbecue. Look, man, you brought this stuff in here today.
The boss.
I hadn't seen these guys move that fast since their playing days.
Oh, boy, ain't that something? Ain't that something? Well, we got it for them. We got that
Southern Kitchen fried chicken.
That's
and
right.
we got Atlanta's original rib tips.
It's in the tips. Telly.
We got that
Telly.
2 for $27 is back. Tell us more about that.
2 for $27. You get 2 dinners, 2 delicious sides, 2 desserts, 2 drinks, all for just $27.
How about that? And Butch, we've been talking about the Super Bowl, so I know you have an angle for these in-town parties that'll be going on for Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, we got party platters. We got anything you want for in-home cooking.
You got the greens?
We got the greens.
Woo,
we got
stop
the
playing.
macaroni and cheese.
Yams?
We got them char grill wings. You know, if you want to eat him, there you go.
Might as well have a taste test.
Extra cardio.
Oh, boy.
Exactly. Well, we're happy to
All
have you
right,
with us.
all right.
I know we're happy to have you with us, and we're coming up on our UGA report, but Bob is obviously out for that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm with the wings right here.
We're going to talk about recruiting. You've already been recruited by this bucket of chicken right here, so you're good to go.
See, this is what they need at UGA. If you want the top athletes, bring them some This Is It barbecue
There you
right
go.
here.
All right.
That's right. Well, Chuck, signing day coming up, and I know UGA has some positions they'd like to replace with the signing period.
Well, I think the first thing UGA has to focus on is the pass rush. They got defensive linemen, they were fine there, but to me, they got to develop pass rush. Now, in the early signing period, they did a good job, right? They got Nolan Smith, top guy in the country, but I think Georgia's on their way. Big day, big day.
All right. Well, when we return, we shift our focus to the one college game going on this weekend, the Senior Bowl. The guys will tell you who to keep an eye on as we continue with Football's Play to Win.
When the food is so delicious, you make noise. Bring on the noise.
This is it.
Backed by popular demand, This Is It Barbecue and Seafoods, 2 for $27. 2 entrees, 4 sides, 2 drinks, 2 desserts, 2 for $27. Order online now. Check in, look here. You should have stayed at egg, homie.
Athletes of all levels experience more wear and tear than most. Stop playing through the pain. Get the proper medical attention you need from Dr. Elamine and the staff at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute. Our team includes specialists in many fields offering compassionate care and advanced treatments that will get you back in the game. From weekend warriors to athletes of all levels, we've got your back and shoulder and ankle and knee. Call today for an appointment or visit theshouldernation.com.
The smartest time to buy a new Nissan is now. Save big on 14 models during Nissan's Zero In on Savings event. Get 0 down payment, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0% financing for up to 60 months on Nissan's latest tech, like Pro Pilot Assist. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. It's a new year and a new way to save.
Get 0 down payment, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
This event ends soon.
This is our safe deposit room, our most secure area.
Good. And the lasers?
Lasers?
For when someone lowers from the air vents? Are they on now? Anything down there? Echo, echo.
Your things will be very safe here.
Okay then. Let's put this in one of the boxes way up high.
This is $5.
When I play the Power 5 Scratcher, could be 500,000. Do you need a picture of my eyeball?
I'm good.
Okay.
Win up to $500,000 with the Power 5 Scratcher from the Georgia Lottery.
Today's show is being brought to you by Mellow Mushroom, Atlanta Peach Movers, and the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute. Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by Nissan.
Back on Football's Play to Win, we've been giving a lot of attention to Super Bowl 53, but also Senior Bowl. And this guy was there watching everything taking place. They got some clients down there as well. Some guys caught your eye.
Yep, exactly. Montez Sweat, defensive end out of Mississippi State. He's probably moving up in the first round. Incredible week for him. And wide receiver, Deebo Samuel out of South Carolina. He is wilding everybody, especially with his running skills.
It's a great opportunity for some of these guys to be seen and really make a name for themselves for the upcoming draft. And Jeffrey, I know you have your eye on someone as well.
There's a 6'7" quarterback from Rural Place in Buffalo named Tyree Jackson, and he's wowing the scouts down there.
Bob, I think about an opportunity like that for these young men. And we get to see guys for these big-time schools, big-time programs all the time, every single weekend. But a great opportunity for guys coming from smaller schools as well.
Yeah, and I had a guy that a couple years back had a performance at the Senior Bowl. Ollie Marpet came out of a small school, Hobart, up in New York, and wowed people at the Senior Bowl. So it's an opportunity for smaller schools to send a guy down there and do some amazing things, and then maybe get themselves some amazing money.
That's right. A lot on the line there, and really a good opportunity for these young men. I'm sure they get pretty hungry this time of year, Terrence. Know they can be seen for the first time.
Oh yeah, definitely, because this is one of those times where this is the premier All-Star game of the off season, and they're going to come in and have to perform. And you have the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Jaguars, who is important weeks for them because they're looking for quarterbacks. And you know, Will Greer, Kyler Murray type guy that can wow the program.
Well, we're excited for that next wave of talent in the NFL. When we come back, Dr. Elamine checks in with his player injury report. Stay with us.
The smartest time to buy a new Nissan is now. Save big on 14 models during Nissan's Zero In on Savings event. Get zero down payment, zero payments for 90 days, and 0% financing for up to 60 months on Nissan's latest tech, like Pro Pilot Assist. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. It's a new year and a new way to save.
Get zero down payment, zero payments for 90 days, and 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
This event ends soon.
Fuel your football. Come to Mellow Mushroom for craft brews, fresh cocktails, and stone-baked pizzas. Or mellow at your own home gate. Tailgating? No matter who wins, it's always mellow for the win. Fuel your football with Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
Some of you are Honda owners and some of you are Toyota owners, right? Yep. Would you be surprised to hear that Honda is the most reliable car company?
Honda's reliable.
Well, it's actually not Honda.
What?
Toyota. It's not Toyota either. Chevy. Based on a nationwide survey, Chevy is more reliable than Toyota and Honda.
Wow. Get $4,500 total cash allowance on select Equinox vehicles in stock when you finance with GM Financial. That's 16% below MSRP on this Chevy Equinox.
Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Today's player, medical, and injury report is being brought to you by the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute.
Back on Football's Play to Win, joined now by Dr. Elamine, one of my favorite guests. Good to see you as always.
See you again.
Are you excited for the Super Bowl?
I am. I'm excited. I'm excited, you know. But there's some serious injuries you got to talk about.
There are. And I'm sure these coaches, in the back of their mind, are thinking, okay, we have a whole other week because they have a bye tomorrow, so a little bit more time to heal up, and that's crucial for a game like this.
Very crucial, particularly let's talk about the Rams for a second here. We know that Todd Gurley, he didn't really play much last week, which was concerning because here is the #1 NFL running backer, and he didn't really perform well. He only had like 5 touches, right? But he said it's not due to his knee. Now, the question here is, we know that he's been suffering with this inflammation injury for a while, so I'm concerned about him. So the question of it is will he be 100%?
Well, they maintain that he's okay, but you know the injury. You know how this all works out. Having an extra week, how big is that for Todd Gurley, if that is the case for him?
It's huge for him. It's huge for him because it gives him a chance to really get the inflammation down, give them a chance to sort of kind of work on plays that really matter, and also it gives them a chance for just to rest. There's such a grind. When you deal with things such as inflammation, you don't know if it's due to a cartilage injury, a meniscus injury, or did he re-injure his ACL? Because you remember, when he was at Georgia, he did injure his ACL.
Right.
So those are questions.
Well, that's a big question for the Rams. For the Patriots, they seem to be pretty healthy.
That's right. Their NFL report, they actually reported for the first time that they had a 100% healthy players, which is unusual. But the problem is this, is we know that Gronk has been hurt all season, and he hasn't really had a breakout game. So the question of it is he still injured, and will he really show up in the Super Bowl?
Well, as long as they have number 12 healthy, I think they like their chances
That's right.
in that game versus
Absolutely.
the Rams. Pretty excited about that. When we come back, we'll have some final thoughts. Stay with us.
Athletes of all levels experience more wear and tear than most. Stop playing through the pain. Get the proper medical attention you need from Dr. Elamine and the staff at the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute. Our team includes specialists in many fields offering compassionate care and advanced treatments that will get you back in the game. From weekend warriors to athletes of all levels, we've got your back and shoulder and ankle and knee. Call today for an appointment or visit theshouldernation.com.
When the food is so delicious, you make noise. Bring on the noise.
This is it.
Backed by popular demand, This Is It Barbecue and Seafoods, 2 for $27. 2 entrees, 4 sides, 2 drinks, 2 desserts, 2 for $27. Order online now. Check in, look here. You should have stayed at egg, homie.
This is it. Hi, Sleepyhead.
Hanging on campus, just dropping by for a little weekend hang time.
Smaller than I thought.
Do I know you guys?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know the people who sent you to college? How's the GPA?
4.0.
Nobody's perfect. Janet, what are you doing?
Sorry, it's so disorganized.
He's not 3 years old anymore.
Play the Georgia Lottery and help students go to college on the Hope Scholarship. They may not be your kids, but it kind of feels that way.
With McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu, you can find a little joy every day. Like the delicious McDouble, just $1 for a limited time. Can you say mmm and mmm? The $1, $2, $3 menu at McDonald's.
Finishing up on football's play to win. This is normally where Jeffrey would make a pick on the games coming up this weekend. You still have a few days between now, obviously, and the Super Bowl.
I got time to study.
So you're in study hall right now.
Study hall. He ain't been in study hall in 60 years. Study hall.
Yeah. So he's got a lot of things on his mind trying to pick Super Bowl 53. So what are you looking at for this game?
Well, you got old school Belichick, new school McVay. Remember this: the defensive coordinator for the Rams is old school, and he's excellent. Wade Phillips, he's done a great job, did a great job against the Rams, so look out for that.
Well, between Bill Belichick and Wade Phillips, boy, a lot of football has been seen by those eyes, no doubt about that.
Yeah, old school guys, but to me it comes down to the players. Players got to take the game plan, have success, execute what they're supposed to do. It's going to come down to the players because both teams know exactly what the other team's doing.
Well, it comes down to the Rams assistant coaches also because they got to be able to make adjustments in the middle of the game because Belichick could come out with something you've never seen before. It took Kansas City a whole half to make adjustments. But I think if you make adjustments quickly, you'll be in this game and have opportunity to win.
See, that's the thing. McVay's there for the first time. Belichick's done this over and over again. So, Bob, I know probably won't see picks till next week, but I've had a feeling you're leaning a certain way.
I can give my pick today. Any team that uses a fullback as much as New England deserves to win.
All right.
I'm going with New England.
Super Bowl 53 next week, and of course we'll be back next week to talk about it as well. You've been watching Football's Play to Win.
Today's show has been brought to you by the Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Institute, Mellow Mushroom, and Atlanta Peach Movers.